Hey friends, welcome to my craziness. I want to talk a little bit about today. That didn't make any sense. I want to talk today a little bit about mental health. I'm going to go ahead and share this video to a couple pages because we all know that that's what I do. So when you guys hop on, let me know that you're on. Let me know if my comments are working. For some reason, I've been having issues with comments, so there's that. Hey, Miss Ashley. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Kelsey. What is up, my friends? Hey, Edie. Okay, looks like my comments are working, so that is a plus. Hey, Miranda. So hold tight. I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably going to start a watch party of sort. Hang tight. Hello, hello. Hey, Carrie. Okay. I don't remember how to do this, actually, so there's that. Hey, Amanda. Hey, China. Hello, Miss Bonnie. How are you? All right, hold on. I'm going to try to do a watch party because I have a lot of groups that I'm in that have said that they want me to do stuff like this. So I'm just attempting to do that real quick. So if you guys would do the same and share. Sorry, my hair is such a mess. Y'all know I don't do anything with my hair anymore. That's what's up. That's real life. Hey, Sharon. That's real talk, real life. I did put makeup on for you guys though, so that is a plus. Okay, there we go. Start a watch party. So give me 1 minute, you guys. You can't start watch parties until you actually start. So that's a problem. All right, we're gonna do this one. Hey, Tim. My name is Megan. I actually run this channel. This is a self-help page. Welcome. Hey, Cindy. Okay, so I think we got what I wanted to do. Okay, so let me write out a pin here. Facebook.com/mymodernmind. 1 to follow video. All right. Hey, Megan. I heard that there was a storm. There was no storm here. Okay, so today what I kind of wanted to talk about is something that's been on my mind lately. We were talking a little bit about it the other day, and I wanted to just kind of touch on it in a sense in its own video because I feel like it's important. I'm going to share in one other place. I'm just going to share this on my personal page, so if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to do that real quick, and then we can go ahead and get started. Hey, Angie. Hey, Michelle. I always see you hop on. All right. So get your shares in. If you haven't purchased my book, go ahead and get your purchases in. I have to do this ever so slowly, so this just takes forever, so don't mind it. I don't know why this takes forever on a computer. You'd think it would actually be faster, but it's not. It's not. Also, what I wanted to talk to you guys about too is if you guys have topics that you want me to cover on these videos, do me a favor and shoot over a message with what you'd like me to talk about. I'd really love to get into stuff like that where I kind of take consideration of what you guys want to talk about. So if you guys want to do that too. Oh, Angie. Yeah, here's what I'm going to tell you. It's people like that that just make me very mad. Because it's not a joke and it's not something that, it's not something that we want to deal with at all. I've done videos on anxiety. I've done blogs about anxiety. My book has a ton of chapters about anxiety. I don't know, you've probably purchased the book already. If you haven't, I suggest doing so. You can read it and then show him like, look, this is a real thing. This bitch goes through it too, So that irks me a lot. It irks me a lot. But what I'm going to talk about today has a little bit to do with anxiety. It has to do with mental health, and anxiety obviously falls into that category. So there is that. 1 second. I am trying to start a watch party here. There we go. I think I got it. think about it. All right. It's hard to type because I only have half of a finger to be using here. Oops, to follow video. All right, so if you guys are watching on any of the watch parties that I have started, go ahead and click that link. That way you can get in on the actual conversation. I cannot see comments from the watch party comments, so you're gonna have to get in the conversation this way. So if you want, go ahead and click on that link. I'm gonna go ahead and pin it and we'll be good. We will. All right, pinned, go. Okay, here we go. So what I want to talk about today is something that we touched on the other day. And a lot of people probably think I'm crazy when I talk about this, but this is something that's been on my mind for a long time. And I want to talk about it because it's to me, it's important. To me, it's very important. We're going to put this hair up or I don't know, something. To me, it's important. And reason being is because I too struggle with this. I too struggle with mental health a lot. And I've said this to people before, and I'll say it until the day that I die. I just truly think that the individuals who deal with mental health issues of any kind, I just think we are some of the most beautiful souls on this entire planet, okay? I just truly believe that. And I'm going to tell you right now that a lot of you are probably going to say, no, there's a very dangerous side to mental health. No, there's a very dark side to mental health. No, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. Look, I know that, okay? This is not my first rodeo, okay? I have mental health issues just like the next person. There is a very dark side to mental health. There is a very dark struggle to mental health. But what I want to tell you is the mental health that I know and I see, I just think we are such beautiful souls because we think on such a different level than the majority of people out there. And also, don't mind this. I'm just noticing that you can see it. I spilled bug spray earlier. Okay. So anyway, people ask me a lot about my anxiety and my depression and my crazy. I just call it my crazy because that's what it is. It's my crazy. A lot of people talk to me about this, and a lot of people ask my opinions on the matter. And a lot of people say, like, you know, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with not taking medicines? What do you take? How do you cope? And I tell people the same thing all the time. I do not take any medicine for it, which is just my personal preference. People who do take meds, go for it, keep taking them. They work for people just like psychotherapy works for people, just like counseling works for people. The certain things work for people that other things don't. And that's just the reality of it, okay? I am somebody, dyslexia coming out. I am somebody who has taken a ton of psychology courses. I actually wanted to be a psychologist at one point. I just realized I wasn't smart enough to do 8 years of college. I am somebody who knows the ins and outs of psychology. And I know how the brain works, okay? And I know what they do when you go to a counselor, when you go to a therapist, when you go get put on prescription meds. I understand the concept behind it all, okay? Those, again, disclaimer, those of you who take meds, those of you who go to psychotherapy, those of you who are working on yourself, yes. Like, everybody give a round of applause. I'm not saying that doesn't work. It does. It does. It does. It does. For me, it doesn't. And this is why. I am somebody who I think personally has gotten a very good grasp on her mental health and who can remove herself from the situation, see herself from an outsider's perspective, and then sit my ass down and talk to myself and say, Megan, I don't think you should be doing that. Or I don't think you should probably live your life like that. I don't think you should be acting like that. I don't think you should be pissed off all the time. You see where I'm going with this. I have a good grasp on mine, and not everybody does, and that's okay. But I do truly think that I am one of the few who can do that. And with that, and not one of the few, I don't mean like 1 out of a million. I just mean I'm an empath. I think on a different level than most people, and I feel on a different level than almost anybody, okay? I just truly think that if I were to go to a therapist, to take meds, to do all this stuff, I know the science behind it, and I know what it does to a person and how it creates, it gives you these hormones, or it creates this, because you have this chemical imbalance due to depression or anxiety, you have that chemical imbalance in your brain, and it gives you that balance back, okay? And that helps people. It doesn't help me. And the reason for that is because it changes who I am. I don't want to be a person who isn't somebody who thinks on a level like I do. I don't want to be a person who thinks quote unquote normal. I don't want to be a person who feels quote unquote normal. I want to be a person who's that beautiful soul who thinks on such a different level than anybody I've ever met. And I want to show that to the world and speak proudly of my mental health, okay? So when I say that I think that people who struggle with mental health issues are beautiful, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. We're one of the very few people in this entire bazillion person planet that just feels so different than other people. And our brains can go to a level that other people's can't. Does that make sense? I'm sure that I'm speaking to the majority of you who are kind of like, I don't really understand what you're saying, but I mean, I guess it works. But you know, this is how I think. Again, I think on a very different level than most. But what I'm saying when I speak like this is that when we speak on people who have mental health issues, it's usually a very derogatory term. Okay, it's very derogatory, or it can be, or it's something that society deems very taboo. You know, we don't go to the grocery store and be like, hey, I have a mental health issue. Be warned. You know, we don't do that because it's embarrassing. Like, I don't like to talk about my mental health just as much as the next, but here's the shit. I know that people don't understand us, okay? People don't understand us. And my crazy is only my crazy, while all your crazies are all your crazy. You know, I just call it that. That's what I call my mental health issues. It's my crazy. And I can joke about it because I'm at that level with myself. But I just truly think that when you take these people who are like myself and, you know, given the opportunity, let's just use COVID as an example, given the opportunity to have to be stuck inside due to a pandemic, and you have all these thoughts running through your head, because that's what people with depression have. That's what people with anxiety struggle with day to day, hour to hour. Mental health it can be a personality disorder. You can have multiple personalities. You're stuck inside these walls all of a sudden. What do? You create. And that's the beauty of it, because a lot of people don't have that ability to do things like that. And that's what I'm saying. Tap into that creative part of your brain, because a lot of people don't have that. Tap into that creative part of your brain, even if you don't think you have that. If you think you have a lot of thoughts racing through your head because you're stuck behind these walls because of your mental health issues, and you're just stuck in your thoughts and you can't go anywhere and you can't do anything, write your shit down. You don't have to be a writer. But that's the beauty of it, because you are so beautiful, because your brain thinks on such a different level than anybody else's, that you have those thoughts. Does any of this make sense? I go off on tangents a lot. I don't know if you guys know this, but I go off on tangents a lot. And this has been on my mind lately. Having mental health struggles, to me, no. To society, they are struggles. They are something that people struggle with, okay? But to me, it's beautiful. To me, that's a beautiful thing that not everybody in this world has. You know, I was sitting outside the other day, and not to get too into my life or my world, but we have a neighbor down the street who we don't really know his diagnoses, but he talks to himself, and he walks up and down the street talking to himself with no care in the world. No, not a care in the world. Old guy, beautiful soul, right? I've never talked to him, but he doesn't freaking bother me. He doesn't bother anybody on the street. But anybody normal would see that guy walking on the street and call him crazy. I call him beautiful. I call him beautiful because he doesn't give a flying fuck about life. He just lives his life to what he knows. And that right there is why I say that mental health is beautiful, because we don't think on a level like him, okay? And he doesn't care. I don't think on a level like him, I'm sure. And here's another thing. A lot of people A lot of people who struggle with mental health issues also have another condition. And I don't mean, like, oh, I can't even come up with an example. I just mean sometimes people have mental health issues are also autistic, also have maybe Down syndrome, also are considered slow. I have a learning disability. I have a couple learning disabilities. That's okay, but it's those people that truly shine in certain things. And that's why this is so beautiful. And society just doesn't give us the time of day. Society deems us very hard to understand. They deem us a disability. I mean, even when you go fill out a freaking job application, you have to say, do you have a disability? And one of those things is mental health. And you don't want to put that on a job application because people are going to be like, oh, is she crazy? Okay. In my mind, that should say, do you have mental health issues? Yes. Do you have a grasp on them? Yes. Okay, cool. Sorry, my boyfriend's calling me. Because I feel like I can give a lot to this world because of where I am, who I am, where I came from, what I do, what I speak on, and how my brain works. I will also tell you that it's okay when people don't understand this kind of stuff. It's okay because they're not going to. But that's the purpose of this channel, and that's the purpose of my book, to really open your mind up to talking about this. I don't mind talking about this shit now because I just don't care. Why? Because I've realized that this is who I am. I ain't gonna change me. Nobody's gonna change me. I ain't gonna take pills to change me. I'm not gonna be a zombie for the rest of my life. Listen, I'm who I am. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. But what I will tell you is I bring a lot to this world, and I know that. And I know you guys bring a lot to this world, and I know you know that deep down. But other people have told you not to. And that's what I don't love. That's what I don't love. And that's why this book is very important to me, and this page is very important to me, and my blog is very important to me. If you want to sign up for my blog, hit that caption of the video. It's right in there. It's a free blog. But this is what it is. Ending that stigma of mental health being such a derogatory thing. Why can't it be a beautiful thing, Let me catch up on these. Hold on. All right, sometimes I feel like I'm viewing the world from someone else's eyes. I do that too. And actually, Angie, you probably are feeling a lot of what I'm saying then. So I pride myself in being able to, in just about any situation, whether it be like me and somebody fighting or having a disagreement or the mental health thing, I'm able to take both sides of the story, put myself in the middle, take myself out, that way I can see the whole story and then form an opinion. Now I do that with my mental health too. If I think I'm going a little crazy for the night, I take myself away from that situation and I'm able to look at the situation from an outsider's perspective. And then when I tell myself that's probably not the right thing to do, I sit my ass down and I have a conversation with myself. And I don't mean like, again, this is a derogatory thing, but this is what society thinks. I don't literally have a conversation with myself. Like, that's not my crazy, but some people do. And that's okay. In my head, I have a conversation with myself, and that's how I solve my problems. So point of this being, I know I talk a lot. Point of this being, I just really think that people who have mental health issues, I don't want to even say people who struggle with mental health issues, because I'm trying to change that. It's not a struggle. It's just a life. People who live with mental health issues, and I don't even like the word issues because it's not an issue. People who struggle with mental health, people who live with mental health awareness? I don't know. People who have that, just as I said, I think they think on such a different level than quote unquote normal people. And as far as I'm concerned, the people who are normal out there, they're the weird ones. Okay? They're the weird ones, and I don't really like them. I keep my circle tight, and the people in my circle get it. They get it. And I want you guys to all get it. I do that, and I try to talk myself out of my anxiety because my mom, yeah. I have anxiety a lot. I deal with it. Anxiety is a huge part of my mental health, okay? honestly, just talking about it with me will probably help you a lot. And again, I know that husbands and spouses and partners not all the time understand what we're going through. But if you can find somebody who does, you've hit the jackpot. Because let me tell you, my boyfriend and I, we're straight up the same human. We are straight up the same human. And when I have mental health episodes coming out, he knows how to talk me off a ledge. And it takes a special person to do that. I will tell you that. But he also deals with his own mental health issues. So, excuse me, I'm drinking coffee and I keep getting the hiccups. So, I wonder, let's see. I usually always look up quotes because I'm a big quote person, and I know a lot of you can associate with quotes a little bit better. Let's see. Except I just can't find really anything on this, which is okay. I'm probably the only person who has ever said this. Don't go back to a psych ward. Listen, again, disclaimer. I know those types of things help certain people. I do. I know that. I do. And if you are somebody watching this right now and you have gone into a mental hospital, you do get counseling, you do get psychotherapy, you do take meds, that's fucking awesome. If it works for you, it's not broke, don't fix it, keep doing it. I'll applaud you all day long. But if you don't have to do that, if you can get a good grasp on yourself, then why do it? And I'm just here to tell you that there's other options. There's other options. But I do know, what I will tell you is the thing that comes to mind for other people when you start talking about mental health, or you're crazy, or someone figures out you're crazy, their immediate knee-jerk reaction is go take meds, go to a psychologist, go to a psychiatrist, check yourself into a mental institute. Like, those are the things that people are like, okay, you're crazy, go do this. Why does it have to be like that? My ex-husband literally told myself, my mom, and his parents that I'm so fucked up that I needed to check myself into a mental ward. And I was like, holy Jesus, hold on. One, don't ever tell your wife that she needs to be checked into a mental ward. Don't ever do that. Have a better conversation. Say, honey, I think we need to talk. No. 2, I don't know where 2 was, but also don't do that. So mean. It's because those people don't understand the reality of mental health. If they understood the deeper, more emotional side of mental health and the deeper constructive part of mental health that we don't get to share with society because it's deemed so taboo, if you could just give them an ounce of what you feel and what you see and how your brain functions, I guarantee you that they would think differently. And that's what I don't like. And that's why I'm here to write this book. That's why I'm here to do these videos on this little screen. That's why I'm here to tell you that this shit is not okay, what society does to people with mental health issues, okay? But if we talk about it and we open up about it and we start realizing that, guys, 9 times out of 10, they too have mental health issues. They just don't want to talk about it. The majority of people in this world have a mental health issue. They just don't talk about it. And if we could open up and talk about it and embrace it and then come to conclusions without being so derogatory and mean and bullying and just downright rude, we'd be in such a better place. Such a better place. I totally get stuck in my head, in my bubble. I can't have anyone very close to me. Any ideas to help me get out of this? I don't think that's a bad thing, Jira. Getting stuck in your own head definitely gives you the capability to create scenarios that are not happening. I get that. That's where my anxiety stems from with my PTSD and everything. But having that, letting people get close to you thing, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I don't let people get close to me. I have 3 good friends, and I'm not about to even start opening up applications for more. I don't think having 90 friends is a good thing. I think having maybe 90 acquaintances and 3 good friends are a better thing. I don't know. That's just mine. That's just my opinion. Again, I have a lot of opinions. I cannot handle counseling. Talking about it makes it worse. I'm 32 and both my parents are dead, so not having family bothers me. See, I think counseling does a world of good if it's done correctly. But what I will tell you is I know the ins and ins and outs of psychology, and they try to retrain your brain, making you do homework and making you see a different side of things, which is so good to open your eyes. But also, like, I'm not going to be trained to be somebody that I'm not. Instead, I saw that, and see, this is the thing that I don't think a lot of people can do. I took a step back. I can see what people are doing for people like me. And again, it helps some people, but I just didn't want to do that. Instead, I wanted to embrace myself. I never liked myself. I never liked my crazy. I never liked any of that. It was dumb. It was hard. I was sensitive. I was somebody that people made fun of. I was embarrassed. And now I'm just like, yo, it's me. Like, I'm not going to change myself for anybody or anything. Okay? And I know that's hard for some people. But I've gotten to a point in my life where I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. It's no shame in my game. I don't need you as a friend if you don't understand me. Okay? Sorry, I'm getting through these. Well, and that's true. They've tried to, they want you to find coping mechanisms, but it is hard. But once you find what works for you, and every single person's different. I mean, what works for me is dancing in my shower some days, taking my dog for a walk, you know, that's what works for me. Traveling is a big one for me. Traveling is huge for me. Yeah, and Carolyn's exactly right. Exactly. Hey, Alicia. All right, let me check these watch parties. I don't know if anybody's even watching these anymore, but I feel like I should probably like check them. All right. So if you are on a watch party, go ahead and click that link so that you can come to this actual video on my page, and then we can have conversations. Cool. What I will also say too, guys, in less than a month, my book's starting to print. So if you want in on those pre-orders, get your order in. You can click that caption of the video. On that link, meganbesler.com, you can order my book. You can order a signed copy, a regular copy, or a bundle. You can sign up for my free blog. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can follow my Facebook page, my Instagram, all right there. So check that out if you haven't. Right now until the end of the month, I have a fundraiser for every single book that's purchased. $5 gets donated to Heartland Humane Society, which is a no-kill animal shelter in the St. Louis area. I have raised over $20,000 for them in the past couple years. We're trying again. So if you want to purchase and give some money to the kitties, let me know. All right, so I think that's really all that I wanted to talk about today. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have anything that they want to say? Does anybody have any concerns? Does anybody not understand what I'm talking about? Does anybody like, yes, that spoke to me. I love it. I'm going to try it. Just shout out your thoughts. Give me some thoughts. Again, if you guys are in the watch parties, I can't read your comments, so you're gonna have to actually come into the video, which is in the link, in the pinned link in those watch parties, and then come in and talk. I can't read those comments, so definitely come in there, and then if you want to talk, hang out, we can all do that. So shout me your thoughts. I want to know what kind of CBD you use for anxiety. I use a lot of different companies. It's just whatever the dispensary has at the time, to be honest. Right now, we actually are using some that has no THC in it, so we got it from a company in Arizona. I just searched online. I know my milligram dosage, so that's what I go off of. But usually we just go over the river in Illinois to a dispensary and get some. I usually do the 4-to-1 ratio because I use CBD for more than just anxiety. I use it for chronic pain, my nerve damage in my shoulders, and then in turn it also helps me sleep and anxiety and my borderline personality disorder, all of that good stuff. But what I will tell you, if you're only using it for like sleep, anxiety, and stuff like that, you can just order anything online. The higher the dosage, the better, technically, like the better it's going to be. But in all honesty, everybody's so different, and there's not like a one size fits all. You just have to find the dosage that works for you. How I started taking it, I think I ordered from HempWorks, which is like a direct sales CBD company, and I started at the very bottom, like a 750 or a 500 milligram. Didn't touch my pain, and this was for pain, not really anxiety. So I went up to the 1,000 milligram. That didn't really work, so I went up to the 2,500 milligram. That helped me sleep and it helped my anxiety, but it still didn't touch my pain. So I knew I needed the real deal, the raw deal. So I went to a dispensary, and that's what I get now. How to get energy and motivation to do stuff on days when you don't want to do anything. I actually just did a video on that the other day, Megan. Go to my YouTube channel. Literally, I can even pull it up for you. Literally, this was my last video. I don't remember what I called it. That's why I'm looking at it. Go to my YouTube channel, which is in the caption of the video. And the video is my latest. And it's literally called, Let's Talk About Those Hard, I Don't Want to Get Out of Bed Days. So there you go. What is a good milligram to start out on? Again, I can't answer that. I have a medical card, so my doctor told me what to use, and even then it didn't really work. So I started at a lower dosage at like, Megan, it's in the caption of the video, sweetie. MeganBesler.com. It has my YouTube, my blog, my book, all of that. It's right there. I started with CBD at like a 500 milligram with no THC. Again, I just ordered from like HempWorks. It didn't touch my pain, so I went up. It still didn't touch my pain, so I went up again. It still didn't touch my pain. But again, this is for chronic pain. What I will say is like anywhere from like the 1,000 milligram to like a 2,500 milligram, as far as the no THC in it, that tends to help my anxiety and sleep a little bit better. But anything that has the THC in it, it pushes it through your bloodstream faster, so it helps with chronic pain. So the more, I guess technically this is how it's considered. It's kind of on a scale, right? So the bottom is like your simple like, I don't really sleep really well. And then it goes to like, oh, I kind of have anxiety. Okay, I kind of have like a personality thing like depression or whatever. And then it starts getting into like chronic pain. So I have a little bit of pain. I have some pain. I have chronic pain. The higher you get on that little spectrum kind of thing, this is just how I see it. The higher you get, you're gonna need THC in it. And so I get the 4-to-1 ratio THC CBD. You don't get high off of it, but it pushes it into your bloodstream faster so that it targets that nerve damage. I have ADD and I also was born with spina bifida. Okay. Very emotional person. I've been teased. I cannot read. Sorry. I've been teased, degraded by people and family all my life. I walk like a penguin, so people stare. It hurts. I just wish people would not stare. See, that's what I'm talking about too. And that's something, so like when we're going to like the grocery store or the park or whatever, somebody with mental health issues, you can't see it, right? You can't see it. But yet, for some reason, society loves to demean people with it. They like to tease. They like to downgrade. They like to think you're derogatory. They call you derogatory terms. They like to think that you are like, what's the word? You are like a detriment to society, right? With something like what you have, you see it. So people are prone to make fun of people with that, and that's not okay either. And I talk a lot about bullying in my book, and it hurts me really bad when people do that to people because, one, it's just not okay. And I don't understand how a single person on this entire planet can think that making fun of someone, harassing someone, bullying someone, no matter what the case or what for, I don't understand how that's okay. But again, I think on a level that most people don't. So just know that, we got your back. There's a lot of people in this world who would never do that to a person, including yourself. You're a beautiful soul. And I don't care if you walk like a penguin because I like penguins, How do we invite people to this page, Stephanie? You would just go to, I believe, the page itself and go to like community and then invite your friends that way. If you want to invite people through the video, I think there's down at the bottom, there's a little invite button. Oh, I know, Kelsey. That's funny, Kendra. I was just about to say I have friends who also have spina bifida, but I didn't know if you were in here. Kelsey. Kendra also has spina bifida. Maybe you guys can connect. Or if you are a part of my private channel, if you go to my page, this page that I'm live on, there's a group section. I have a private channel. Add yourself in there and just tell us your story. There's a lot of both men and women in there who will support you and just at the very least tell you that's bullshit, Don't stand up to that. Be a big person because you're beautiful. And sometimes that's all you need to hear. Okay, awesome. All right. So All right, those of you who are in the watch party, Joetta, like I said, I cannot read your comment. I can only see that you keep posting something, but I cannot see your comments. So if you are in a watch party, I cannot read your comments. You do have to hop over to the actual video. I pinned the video for you, or I'm sorry, the link for you. So just go to that. All right, what else? What else you guys got for me? Anything today? I will be uploading this video to YouTube as always, so definitely check that out. If you need my YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/mymodernmind, or you can just go to that link in the caption of the video, meganbesler.com, and at the very bottom it has my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram, all of that. If you want to purchase my book, it's right there. Again, $5 for every book ordered in July is going to the animal shelter, and we're trying to hit that $750 before the print day. Right now, I think we're at like 515 books or something very close. 514. We're at 514, and we're trying to hit 750 by August 1st, which is the print day. So I'm very excited. So even if you purchase a bundle or a single copy or a, whatever signed copy, every time you purchase one book, you get $5 that's going to get donated to that animal shelter. And this is an animal shelter that I have worked with for years. I've raised over $20,000 by myself for them. So it's a great shelter. It's a no-kill cat shelter in the St. Louis area. And if you order a bundle, the Pay It Forward bundle, there's 6 books included in that. So whatever 6 times 5 is, that's what would get donated. I did have somebody ask, is if I order a bundle, does only $5 get donated? And I said, no, it's per book. So technically there's 6 books in there. You would get all of that donated. So that is in the caption of the video as well. If you head to that website, you can order the single copy, you can order the signed copy, or you can order the bundle pack and then sign up for my free blog on there, all that good stuff. I'm actually in the process of writing a blog right now, so I'm going to be posting it by the end of today. So if you want to sign up for that blog, go ahead and go to my website. That blog is, it's a free blog. Just sign up, your email address, and then you can get my newsletters. I don't do math, Kendra, at least not in my head. I can do it on my fingers. Again, learning disability. No shame. No shame. No shame in my game. All right, what else we got for me, guys? Anything else for today? Anything else? Joetta, I can see you. Yep. You must have been in the watch party. Yeah, I can't see comments in the watch party. Those watch parties are only just to get viewers, but you do have to come into the actual videos to actually talk. Thank you for being a friend. Always, always, always. Knitting, I like it. I like it. I love when we can tap into that creative part of our brains, even just for a brief moment in life, just to get, some stress out. With me, I do a lot of things that do that as far as creative wise, but I love to color. I love to cut things and get crafty. Just even going back to like elementary school art projects, like I just like to do that. It allows my brain to stop focusing on the bad and like my anxiety and stuff, and it allows me to focus on something else, which in turn makes me forget about what I'm stressed about. So I'm glad you went to that route. That's awesome. I do not knit. I cannot knit, but that is really great. I would like to learn. Does that count? All right, guys, well, I think I'm going to cut the video, and if you guys want to check out the replay of this video, just go to my YouTube channel. I'll upload that here shortly. And if you guys haven't purchased that book, go ahead and do so. Any last minute words, any last minute comments, any last minute sharing, I don't even know, shared stories? What do we got? What do we got? Last minute, last call. Shout somebody out if you want. You know, I used to do those little loom kits when I was a kid and make like pot holders. I used to do that with my grandma a lot. Those were always fun. All right, guys. Well, then I'm going to sign off. Love you guys. Stay safe the rest of the weekend. Have a great rest of your starting week. I'm sure I'll be back soon. And again, if you guys have topics that you want me to cover, please shoot me over a message. Follow that private channel, that private group that I have. In all honesty, it's like the exact same page that this is. It just gives you a private setting so you don't have to feel so overwhelmed. You know, who is somebody going to see what I say, or, you know, whatever. A lot of times people have questions that they need an answer to. They need advice and they don't want to post about it. So they'll message me and I'll post about it anonymously. That helps too. So if you guys have any of that, shoot over your questions, your messages, all of that. And I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Remember, every single person in here, whether you have a mental health issue, whatever. I was going to say struggle with mental health, but we're trying to get away from struggling. Whatever you have on your plate, you're a beautiful person. And I really need you guys to know that you cannot have somebody tell you otherwise, okay? There's a lot of people out there who are going to tell you, you're fucked up in the head, you crazy girl, you're crazy. And I'm here to say, yeah, we are, but we're in the select few who are actually really good people, you know? Because I've never met somebody who has a mental health issue who's a terrible person. But I've met a lot of terrible people. So take that how you want it. Oh, interesting, Jira. That's very interesting, actually. Very, very interesting. All right, guys. I love you. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.